Welcome viewers to round 8 of the 2025 EKS season, and you can join us here at Three Sisters Race Circuit in Wigan. This is one of the biggest and most majestic kart circuits in the country, with average speeds exceeding 45 miles per hour in the Zodiac 10 GX390 Hypercars. 66 drivers are taking part in this event, making it the second biggest in EKS history, and you can join us in this video for the race of the day, which is Heavyweight Split 1 Race 2. This race sees all of the EKS's top drivers from around the country racing together at once, and it's Hassan Zafar who's starting on pole position for this race, having also won Race 1. Carl Gaffney is joining him on the front row of the grid. That's the best ever grid position for Carl in the EKS, and it's Saul Gregory who's on his debut starting up in P3. Ian Wilson is the leading super heavyweight driver as he starts in P4 ahead of Andy Laister, who's on a great run of form recently, and it's James Clare who's in starting in P6 alongside Andy Laister on row 3. Adam State is in starting up in P7 alongside Hayden Harris, whilst Mike Bennett is making his first visit to Three Sisters as he starts in P9 alongside Colin Marshall, who's come all the way down from Glasgow for this event. Ashley Mason-King is in starting in P11. This is foreign territory for Ashley, who used to drive in two straight karts by day, and it's Alex Haig who joins him on row 6 of the grid, and it's Lewis Jolly who's starting in P13 alongside Charlie Jackson, whilst Josh Pritchard won the previous race in Split 2, and as a result he's been promoted up to Split 1 for this race, and he's starting this race from P15.
Looking to the lights then for the start of Heavyweight Split 1 at Race 2. It's Hassan Zafar on pole position, short run down into turn 1 here. Three Sisters looking to the lights. It's lights out and away we go. And a good start for Hassan Zafar off the front row of the grid. He slots into the lead as we go through the first corner. Saul Gregory getting up into second position. Carl Gaffney into third. Andy Laister looks around the outside trying to get himself into fourth as the guys in the back start to fight as well. We're going to ride on board with Lewis Jolly as he watches the field as they go through turn 4 into turn 5 with Luna Ben just squeezing the way through there, too wide running onto the straight for the first time.
Yeah, good start there by Hassan Zafar, held on to the lead. He won the first race here in the heavyweight class. It was his first ever race in the heavyweight class, and he's now leading this race 2. But he's got Saul Gregory right behind him to head down the Commonwealth Straight for the first time. They've been 3 abreast into turn 6. They're now 4 abreast on exit. Andy Laister trying to get past a lot of these. Saul Gregory, you've got Carl Gaffney on his inside. Then you've got Andy Laister. He's side by side with Ian Wilson as they head down his Joey Donut corner for the first time this race. It's Hassan Zafar continues to lead ahead of Saul Gregory. It's Carl Gaffney ahead of Ian Wilson and Andy Laister, and it's James Clare who's now up in at P6. He's then got, I believe that's Hayden Harris right behind him, and it's Colin Marshall. He's running in at P8 as it brings to an end lap number 1.
So Hassan Zafar leading the way. Saul Gregory though trying to get past him. A bit of a battle for the lead going on. He's going to try and have a go down at the Commonwealth Straight. It's a good exit as Lewis Jolly's forced out further behind. Saw a quick picture-in-picture of that, but let's focus on the leaders because it's very close. Carl Gaffney getting involved as well. He goes to the inside line of Saul Gregory. Can he find a way through down the inside line into turn 6? It's so close. Saul is forced a little bit wide. Ian Wilson is going to fancy his chances of finding a way through. Now it's going to be Carl Gaffney for the lead of the race. The outside line, Hassan Zafar having to go defensive. There goes Andy Laister as well getting involved. Saul Gregory has dropped into 4th position, and across the line it is just about going to be Carl Gaffney in the lead of the race, but back at him Hassan Zafar around the outside line. Ian Wilson now trying to make it 3 wide for the lead. Carl Gaffney goes through into the lead of the race, and it looks like Ian Wilson's gone through into second. Is that Saul Gregory now back up into second?
Carl Gaffney is doing a brilliant job here on his first ever visit to Three Sisters. He's definitely his best performance so far in EKS, but he's got Saul Gregory now in his slipstream. He's there down the Commonwealth Straight. Just look at the strength of the slipstream here at Three Sisters. Saul Gregory giving Carl a bump job here. 2 of them trying to work together by the looks of things to break away from the pack of karts behind as they head through turn number 6. And look at that, Carl Gaffney, he's got airborne there, going over the curb coming out of turn 6. Saul Gregory now has got a kart on his inside. That's Ian Wilson, the leading super heavyweight driver in this race. He's up the inside of Saul Gregory and he's now up into P2, so it's a really good job here from Ian Wilson. You can see a little bit further down the order as well. James Clare, he has got a kart on his outside side. That is Andy Laister. He's now up in to P6 again, and Hassan Zafar, he's dropped down a little bit here now to P4. Looks like he's settled now though in 4th position. He's trying to go back on the attack here on the front 3. It's Hayden Harris now who's up into P3, so he's doing a great job here coming through the field. in amongst the melee. He's now in the slipstream of Ian Wilson to head onto the Commonwealth Straight once more, and who is going to come out on top here in this battle for the lead in this race. You've got Carl Gaffney going defensive, got Ian Wilson getting bump drafted here by Hayden Harris. Ian Wilson trying to go around the outside if he returns to turn 6, and now Hayden Harris has got the cutback on the both of them. Hayden Harris, is he about to take the lead of the race here as they head down past Lucy's Valley? He is indeed. So what a great move that was by Hayden Harris. He bump dropped Ian Wilson along, he let Ian Wilson go around the outside and run wide into the cutback on them both, and Hayden Harris now leads.
So in the lead of the race, only 900ths of a second, Hayden Harris leading by in this one, but that's changed a little bit now as Carl Gaffney slots into second position. Ian Wilson was in third, but I believe he's just lost that spot, as well as it looks like it's Hassan Zafar in third at the moment. Then it goes Ian Wilson and Andy Leister now just behind, but as they go down the Conroy Straight once again, Hassan Zafar is going to have to go defensive. Leister's to the outside line, Ian Wilson following Hassan on that inside line, won't be able to find a way through their state as they are for the time being. I think Ashley Mason King in the background as well was side by side with Alex Haig very briefly, but I think Ashley's got the better of that. He's now on the outside line. That's not Alex Haig. He's going to try to spot who he's battling with. Colin Marshall, that is. So Colin's going to try and drag race Ashley down here into the first corner. Ashley on the outside line will try and brave it out. He'll have the inside for turn 2 and just about holds on as there around the outside goes Lewis Jolly.
Yeah, Lewis Jolly trying to hang it around the outside there through Roger Shuns, but it doesn't look like that works, and he's dropped a few places back here. He's now behind Josh Pritchard, who's just been promoted up to Split 1, having won the previous race in the heavyweight class. He goes at the inside here, I think, of Colin Marshall, that may be, and gets through on him. So yeah, Josh Pritchard racing in Split 1 for the first time. He's doing a good job here of coming through the field, but looking back towards the front of this race, Andy Lace is now on the outside of Ian Wilson, who's been overtaken by Hassan Zafar. Hassan Zafar back up in 2P3. Andy Lace is trying to get past Ian Wilson too, not able to make that one work. Saul Gregory now running in at P6. So it looks like these guys have broken away slightly from the pack of carts behind. You've got James Clare, he's now in 7th place. He's trying to keep up with the carts in front, and like you say, Alex Haig, he's now up into P8. He's just got through on Ashley Mason King, who's making his first visit to this circuit today.
So 1/10 of a second at the line. Hayden Harris in the lead of the race, but Carl Gaffney really looking to attack him here into Luna Bend. Obviously Hassan Zafar there as well. Hassan actually tries to have a little bit of a look to the inside as they now go to the Conroy Straight. Look at how important the slipstream is around here as Carl Gaffney tucks into the slipstream. Hassan Zafar trying to get that little bit of extra speed, as well as further behind. Andy Lacer is putting pressure on Ian Wilson as they go into turn number 6, but again they stay line of stern for the time being. Already halfway through this race, and it's so up in the air as to who's going to take victory at the end of this one. Lewis Jolly's dropped back off of this kind of leading train for a very brief moment. He's now sitting in 11th position. So the top 10 all pretty close together, but you can see there is a move down the inside line as Alex Haig tries to get past on James Clare. Does do so. Ashley Mason King is going to follow him through as well, and Ashley Mason King ahead of James Clare then, and Alex Haig just at the front of that train at the very back of this leading pack. Let's focus in on the leaders though, Luke.
Yeah, that was a great move there by Alex Haig and Ashley Mason King, two working together to get through on James Clare. But like you say, back at the front of the field now, we've got Hassan Zafar in the slipstream of Carl Gaffney, who's in the slipstream of Hayden Harris, but they're choosing not to go for moves on each other at the moment. This is very important here at Three Sisters. It's not too important as to which exact position you are in the early stages of the race, as Carl Gaffney, as I say that, goes for the move on Hayden Harris here into Joey Donut corner to take the lead of the race back off Hayden Harris, and Hassan Zafar is now side by side with Hayden. It looks like Hayden has held on to P2 here, but like I say, it's not overly important as to your exact position at this moment in time. What is important is what region of the race you're in. You must be towards the front of the race. It's very hard to come through from the back in a race like this, but it's not hard to make up your position here and there in the latter stages of the race. So as long as you're in the front fields, then you can very much win the race in the final lap or so. As we come onto the Conroy Straight once more, it's going to be interesting to see if these guys work together here as they head down the Conroy Straight. There's bump drafting at the moment. Hassan Zafar, he's pushing Hayden Harris, who's pushing Carl Gaffney. They're trying to break away from pack of cuts behind, but as you can see from the drone shot, there is a 6-way fight for the lead going on here. No one is managing to break away at the moment. They can't break that slipstream as Hassan Zafar is now trying to go for the inside on Hayden Harris, who tries to go for the outside on Kyle Gaffney. And well, I don't know where you're going, Hayden, but that was a bad idea. You overshot Joey Dunlop's corner there, and you're going to go to the back of this pack at this rate. You do indeed. So unfortunately for Hayden Harris, he's now dropped down to P6. Tried to go for the outside move on Kyle Gaffney there, but over did it. Got a bad exit. Now he's trying to come back through now on Saul Gregory, and I think that's Andy Lacer. He's managed to do two of them there into one corner. That was very good from Hayden Harris. Straight back on the attack to get back up to P4, but yeah, slight mistake that is from Hayden. He can try and get back into the lead as soon as he can.
It just goes to show if you do make a move slightly optimistically, you can tumble down the order. That's why this train is as static as it is. You don't really want to be showing your cards too early in this one. 3 minutes to go. Here's Hassan Zafar going to show his cards. He goes down the inside line into Joey Dunlop corner, trying to get the lead of the race, muscling his way through on Kyle Gaffney and into the lead, but Ian Wilson is now involved on the inside into the first corner. Hayden Harris on the outside line. Ian Wilson will muzzle him out of the way, and Hassan Zafar holds on to the lead for the time being. 0.08 of a second across the line. I don't think it's going to be much less now as around the outside into turn 4 goes Kyle Gaffney. Can't find a way through. Andy Lacer looking to go down the inside line of Saul Gregory. He is able to gain that position. He was actually under attack from Saul Gregory, and now back onto the Conroy Straight. Is there going to be a change for the lead once again, because Kyle Gaffney has got a mega run? Ian Wilson goes to support him on that inside line, now goes to cover off the outside line of Hayden Harris. Kyle not able to find a way through. Hayden Harris looking to get past Ian Wilson all the same, however, as they plunge down into Joey Dunlop corner once again. Holding on to the lead as Hassan Zafar to the outside line goes Saul Gregory. That will try for the switch back on Ian Wilson, not able to do so. Saul now on the inside of Andy Lacer. This is insane racing.
Ian Wilson, they're getting pushed onto the grass slightly by Kyle Gaffney, who didn't know that he was there. This is absolutely brilliant racing here at Three Sisters. It's actually Mason King is now on the inside of Saul Gregory. The pack behind have well and truly caught up. This is not a 6-way fight for the win anymore. This is a 12-way fight for the win. I think even a 13-way fight for the win. In fact, the top 13 drivers are separated by 3 seconds at the moment. This is absolutely incredible stuff as we go 3 abreast down the Colruyt Straight. Once more, Andy Lacer going the outside of Ian Wilson. Hayden Harris gone the inside of Ian Wilson, and Saul Gregory gone the inside of Ian Wilson too. Now Saul Gregory on the inside of Andy Lacer, who's run wide there, going out of turn 6. He's going to drop down a position or two now as Hassan Zafar is going defensive into Joey Dunlop corner, trying to hold on to the lead. This is where it gets important now as to what position you are in. You must be at the sharp end of this race if you now want to win it, as Kyle Gaffney is trying to get the lead back on Hassan Zafar as he head into turn number 1 through Paddock Bend, now into Rogerson's. Hassan Zafar has continued to go defensive, and now Hayden Harris, he's got the car back on the both of them here. He's back up the inside as they head into turn 3, and Hayden Harris leads. What a move that was by Hayden, capitalised on the battling in front, and he's back into the lead of the race as he was a few laps ago as they head now down onto the Conroy Straight, and what I believe is the penultimate lap of this race. We've got Lewis Jolly slightly further back. You can see James Clare side by side with Colin Marshall. These guys are less than 2 seconds off of the lead. This is absolutely brilliant stuff here at Three Sisters. They head 3 abreast through turn 6. We've got Lewis Jolly go fly over the curbs here. We've got Hayden Harris in the lead of the race going defensive against Hassan Zafar, who's up his inside into Joey Dunlop corner, coming onto the final lap of the race. Who is going to lead this race? We are 3 abreast now. Saul Greg on the inside of Hassan Zafar, Kyle Gaffney going around the outside of Hassan Zafar, and it's Hayden Harris who continues to lead. Hassan Zafar now, is he P3 or is he P4? He is 3rd place now, just getting back past on Saul Gregory. What a race this is.
23 seconds to go. We're on to the final lap of the race. Lewis Jolly trying to make moves as well. That was on Andy Lacer way down the order now, so he's battling with Colin Marshall. But let's focus in on our leaders. Hassan Zafar trying to get into 2nd place. It's Kyle Gaffney trying to get to the lead into turn number 6 they go, and it's Hassan Zafar who's got a bit of a run here into the final corner. He's going to wait for his opportunity. Can Kyle Gaffney do something into that final corner as they're all up in the air this time? Through the final corner they go. It's Hassan Zafar who's going to try and make a drag race run to the line. Hayden Harris goes to defend. He takes victory ahead of Kyle Gaffney. 0.08 of a second was the winning margin. Hassan Zafar finishes in 3rd spot. Saul Gregory and Ashley Mason King the rest of the top 5.
What a race that was. That has got to go down as being one of the greatest races in EKS history. That was absolute bedlam from start to finish. Hayden Harris is the driver who took the victory then by less than a tenth of a second ahead of Kyle Gaffney, whilst Hassan Zafar came home in P3 just 2/10 off the win. Saul Gregory then came home in P4 with Ashley Mason-King in 5th and just over half a second off the victory, whilst Ian Wilson was the leading super heavyweight driver in that race and he came home in P6. Charlie Jackson came through the field to finish up in P7 ahead of Lewis Jolly, who recovered from incidents earlier on in the race, whilst Andy Laster couldn't quite hold on to his position up at the sharp end. He ended up finishing in P9 but less than 2 seconds off of the win. Colin Marshall then came home in P10 in a drag race to the line with James Clare. They were separated by a thousandth of a second at the line, and it's Josh Pritchard who came home in P12 ahead of Adam State, who himself was just over 3 seconds off the win. Mike Bennett had car issues and came home in P14 sadly, whilst Alex Haig had an incident on the final lap, and as a result he did not finish the race. We can hear now from our race winner Hayden Harris, who's with Tom Dillon.
That was insane, Hayden. You were down to 7th at one point in that race, and next thing you know, you're back in the lead.
Yeah, it was kind of topsy-turvy really. The cart felt good underneath me. A couple of silly lunges maybe shouldn't have gone for, which pushed me down the order, but just picked me moments and got back past people. But no, overall it was a solid race. It was really, really fun.
Well, it looked like it. I'm afraid I can only get a few words from you because you're about to start the next race, but thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.
And best of luck in the third race.
Thank you.